Holy, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't do my vlog yesterday. And it was purely just out of, I just forgot. I did one on New Year's Day, and then yesterday I did think of it, and then I was like, I'll do it on my drive home tomorrow, as in yesterday. And I purely forgot. I wasn't dodging it or not going to do it. I had the intention of doing it still and purely forgot. I was in meditation this morning, and when I woke up, and I was literally like, oh fuck. I was like, I just purely forgot to do it. And yeah, it's not ideal. Like, it's not what I intended to do, but it's like I just got to accept that too. I could I could let it ruin my day, my week, my year. It's like it is what it is. I think, like, to be honest, I could just reset the challenge and start from zero again, but it's like, what does that prove to myself, honestly? I think for me it's like I miss a day, I'll add another day on the end. I'll do 366. So it's like, yeah, I could be extreme with it and just start from zero again, and then what, I get to day 60 or something and then start again. And you just got to be reasonable, and I just have to, it's just a great lesson in, like, being being so, just knowing I'm not perfect. I'm discipline's my strength and I'm great at it, but sometimes we just don't get it right. And I think for me, in just like going back to zero, is it's like, yeah, it's proves a point around being consistent. And but it's just like, oh well, shit happens. Like, I'm just trying my best. uh I wasn't my best version of me yesterday, purely just around lack of sleep. And it's like, it's okay too, just to go, oh well, I missed a day. Shit happens. We'll keep continuing. I could give up on the challenge and be like, oh well, I did, what, get to like 42 days or something. So these things happen. It's part of the journey. Um, but yeah, reflecting, uh, proud of myself. Over the New Year's period, I went in the intention, I'm not going to drink, not going to do drugs, and I stuck to that. Really proud of myself for just, I think I spoke to it the other day around just the way that I conduct myself and staying true to that, and not, um, just seeing it through for myself. I feel pressure, more from myself. People will put it on a little bit, like, but they're people that love and adore me. They just are curious, and no one forces me. Everyone knows that I'm pretty disciplined, and it's hard to get me to budge. So I think it's when you get to that point, people are like, "Oh yeah, well, if he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it," and that's testament to myself around, just my how I show up for myself, and how, yeah, discipline's one of my strengths. And posting a reel tonight, one of my running ones, so excited for that and the feedback. Um, but yeah, I jumped on a call with Set the Standard this morning. I'm a little bit out of rhythm and actually didn't forgot it was on. Well, I didn't actually intend doing it. I saw it the other day, it was on, and I was like, oh, I'll just kick off next week. Miss Wednesday's called purely because I was, at a fest at, field day. So, which is, um, that is what it is. Like, I can't do everything. I got to be, have some fun as well. Call was good. Just spoke around, fasting. It's good to get Corey's feedback. He's someone that I, um, who's very well versed in many different aspects of life, and I always question him, especially when it comes to health and fitness. He's got some insight that I don't have, and a wealth of knowledge. Fasting while doing an Ironman sounds counterintuitive, just with the calorie intake that I need for that process, and it's still something that challenges me, fasting, but I see the benefit in it, and as long as I do it right, it will it should have a positive on the way that my body reacts to food and nutrition and the supplements that I'll have to take during the race, and I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, so just for me, like being away from home, it's more challenging. There's a lot of temptation being away from home. Nutrition is harder. It's not impossible, but maintaining a balanced diet while I'm away from my home environment. So I've been in my bubble. Something that I have to remember to get out of. I can quite easily just sit in my bubble. I'm quite content with that, but also coming out of that bubble as well and making time for other people and experiences. But when I'm in the bubble, it's a lot easier for me to control the variables. So diet, nutrition, all that sort of stuff, connection, something that challenges me, like really I feel like I'm craving connection, and that's comes back to everything's just a mirror, and it's the connection I crave with myself and love and validation from other people that I need to continually find within. So yeah, 2025 felt like it already kicked off for me. Diet plan, training load, just continuing with those, but just the levels are increasing. For me, I'm great at sticking to a plan if I have one, like helps with my discipline, but coming up with the plan is my challenge, and that's my area for growth. And tracking nutrition, diet, uh, continually doing my work, which is the content, my brand, continuing to lean in with the personal development. It's a space that is part of my mission, and continually growing myself and learning new skills gives me the capacity to help others more and more. As I share my message more and put it out there, getting more curious people contacting me and reaching out, which is great. Part of my mission to help others. What challenges me at the moment? I feel it's inputs from people that I love and adore, and just really like centering myself on what's best for me, and it adds a bit of noise. Like people are all on their own journeys, and something I heard this morning on Nick Bear's podcast, which really was like, oh, that's a good thing to like consider, is being clear on your own personal values. So when you've got these different inputs, and it's like we can listen to people that we admire, with podcasts or books or anything, and coming back to your values as a person and being really clear on those. And it just gives you so much power when it comes to these different inputs and pushes and pulls. And it's like, well, I'm not that person, like what they value is different to me. And there's people that have, people that I admire and look up to, and people in my close network that have their own opinions, and I start to feel this push and pull of like, I think people want me on their journey. They see the more the work that I put into myself, the more value that I have to offer others. And it's like, oh, Andy's got value. How can I bring him into my journey? And really coming back to it's like, sometimes it feels fun and exciting, and I want to be part of that as well. And it's like, oh, this is opportunity. But then it's like, does that really align with my values? Like, I think the big one that I've acknowledged is like health and fitness is just massive for me. And, some people are on that and some aren't. And even the people that I allow into my friend network is like, what are these people doing? Like, what are they doing with their lives? And how do they, I want more people. 2025 is around like bringing and allowing and having those people come into my life that are on a similar trajectory as me, and we don't all have the same values and goals. We may have like, similarities, but at the end of the day, it's like I need people that I want to surround myself with people that are pushing themselves and, looking after their body. And yeah, I think it's some of the actualizations is like people have to be at a certain standard for me. Like I hold such a high standard for myself. And if people can't hold that for themselves, then they're not really benefiting my journey. People, I can't lower my standards and expectations of others in order to fulfill emotions that are within myself. And it's part of being a high achiever is surrounding yourself with people that will push you and motivate you and help you on your journey. If I keep being around people that are not in the same sort of realms that I'm at, this discrepancy just causes so much, it takes too much of my energy. The Christmas period's a great time for reflection for me, choosing me more, choosing what's best for me. It sounds selfish, but that's what helps fill my cup. I'm a very introverted person. I love connection, deep connection, but I can't sacrifice myself in order to have that connection in my world. And I think it's just allowing those people. Sometimes letting go is what allows the new people to come into my life. And for me, it's challenging. It's letting go is hard. And it doesn't have to be forever, but it's letting go for now. Letting go in order to receive the beautiful people that are waiting for me. Family's a challenging one. Family is at the heart of our connection. It runs deep. There's time, there's history, there's memories, I think it's how does this serve me? How does this serve me? What serves me? What's best for me is best for the world. There's people in pain and it's not my pain. I've done so much work and I lean into the fear and the discomfort and I move through it, and I can't allow other people's pain to influence me. I have to choose me and what's best for me. 2025, enjoy the journey, allowing more joy into my world. What brings me joy? Not taking this shit too seriously, having a laugh, being outdoors, being amongst people. Nature, creativity. How do I incorporate that more into my world? I can't be a robot. I have to enjoy the journey. How can I enjoy the journey more? That is the work. Allowing myself more time for entertainment and joy. And it's the little things. It's watching a movie. It's the allowing space for fun. Life doesn't have to be oh so serious, does it? Life doesn't have to be oh so serious, does it? Ooh. Win the morning, win the day. I hope this made sense. I hope that someone out there has benefited from my ramble. Continually improving, continually growing. This is the work, baby. Let's go. 2025.